Alrighty, so we're going to be using Naofumi today in place of Arthur because honestly, he's a really good tank. He has a lot better utility, I think, than Arthur does. He can actually come back. He actually has some good damage and stuff that he can put out once he gets some stacks on him. He's just an overall, I think, a better option than Arthur. Even though Arthur has a lot of good support, he puts, he gives you extra HP, extra attack, or just, I think it's damage dealt. For humans, which is really good, of course, but Naofumi is also human. He's not, unfortunately, doing anything super, super crazy, but if we can get a stance off before we attack, hopefully we'll get off some extra damage there from his passive. So we do get 2 stance skills. I'm running evasion food because I know that I'm not going to be able to kill there, I know that I'm not going to be able to out CC with him on the team because obviously he is a defense related character. So unfortunate that I don't know how this is going to go. Is he going to absolutely one-shot the Roxy here? Okay. I almost wonder if I just stall for a turn because I could go for a 2-turn stance. And I could be okay, actually. Let's just push his ultimate. It's going to put Dissolve on the other 2, but I think it's okay. We'll just kind of use it as bait to maybe put some stacks on Naofumi here. We have a 2-turn taunt. We have our 2 target cards ready to go as soon as possible. It looks like he is putting up another stance, I think. So that's really annoying. Dude, it's crazy. If you're running the Demon team with old school Chandler and you get a ton of stance cards, you basically win. Like, I know that you can, of course, kill Chandler, but it's so hard, and putting those extra stacks on you is so crazy. So that's a lot of damage. We do, of course, heal some of it back, and then he puts another stack on me here, which is good. He does block my skill effect, but honestly, I don't think it's that crazy. We do have to worry about the PvP rule of them gaining HP back. So I think what we're going to do is use his attack card, use Escanor's card, use Roxy's card, and we'll see how it goes. Unfortunately, we're going to give Melee... Ooh, that's not doing a whole lot, unfortunately. We also just encroached him, which is actually good for me because it'll go away on the next turn. Dude, he's also running Tarmiel Link. Everybody's running Tarmiel Link on their Chandler all of a sudden. Nobody's running it on Melee for whatever reason, which is really odd to me, but I guess it is what it is. He's probably got another AoE card, so I'm probably screwed here. Man, the Demon team is ridiculous. Like, the fact that the Demon team is as strong as it is right now, and they're like, hey, let's release a whole bunch of Demon relics. Like, I get it. The Demons are the ones that people are so excited for relics for, but there is no end in sight for the Demon team. Like, the Demon team is absolutely nuts. And the fact that this guy is as crazy as he is, there's no chance that any other team is going to be able to do good, like, compared to this team. Like, longevity-wise, of course. You obviously could do some good stuff with... dude. Well, I cleansed that off, actually, because of my stance, but I was about to be like, damn, man. I have a lot of stacks on Naofumi. Unfortunately, I don't have a whole lot of defense support. So, he's probably not going to do the craziest damage, but here's hoping. He doesn't have a stance on, which is good for me. Dude, that damage is actually kind of pitiful, and I have a 1/6 ult. If I had a higher level Naofumi, I think this would work out a lot better, but... Dude. There it is. First match. Not looking the greatest. Alrighty. Okay, we have a mono green team. This is probably a bot, because normally you want to go for, like, CC first with this kind of team. Unless it's evasion food, which could be possible. It doesn't look like it, though. It looks like it's just going to be a bot. We'll just go ahead and get rid of the Philo first turn, then, because why wouldn't we? Yeah, looking really good for us. We have type disadvantage there, but not a huge deal. It is kind of, like, because you're going to do so much damage with the single target cards, I guess it's just, like, a built-in problem, or, like, a built-in, like, part of the way that it's going to play out. But the fact that, Escanor does all of his damage, he's basically going to do, like, half HP on the card itself, and then it's going to do even more whenever the extra hit from Roxy's passive goes off, then they're basically going to be so low where whenever you use Roxy's card, it's going to end up wasting it a little bit. So it might be better to attack with him, use somebody else's card, and then use the Roxy card afterwards on someone else. That way you get maximum damage output. But then again, normally you want to just make sure that you can secure a kill. So I don't know. It is what it is. You know, it's just part of the way that it's going to end up playing out pretty much every time. We're actually getting really good luck with Naofumi stance cards, which is nice. So let's see what this is looking like. 309's not too bad. I've seen it do a lot worse for sure. I don't think... Yeah, I didn't think that was going to kill. She unfortunately has the Tarmiel link on, so kind of disabled ourselves there, but it's okay. We don't have any cards in hand to really worry about it, so... do I have stun on anybody? I don't think I do. So she's attack sealed, which actually ends up working out kind of perfectly. I am now crit lowered, but he can't be lowered. I honestly think that I maybe rolled the best possible the best possible cards or debuffs from Merlin here on my team. So that kind of, I guess, just works out really good for me. I wonder if we should just put Gil Thunder in the back to make the team even tankier, but then it feels like my characters aren't going to do as much damage. There's always like a weird conundrum whenever you run teams like this, where if a character scales off of something differently, it's going to kind of split the team in half almost. A lot of people were like, hey, why don't you use Reinhardt whenever we first pulled her on stream? And my big problem with Reinhardt on the team is that he's basically the same as Naofumi in the sense that he works off of a completely different stat, so he doesn't deal damage off of his attack stat like the other two units do, which means that he's basically going to end up falling short if I don't put HP support on, and if I put HP support on, then the attack characters are going to fall short, and it doesn't benefit, you know, the whole team. Like the whole idea with team building in this game would ideally be around synergies that the entire team can kind of use. So it's just, I don't know, it's one of those things. I don't think Reinhardt's really that good of an option, especially for me, because I don't have a really high-level ultimate on my Rein, so I don't know. Ooh, okay, so we have an attack seal team. I haven't seen one of these in ages, actually, which is kind of interesting. I'm almost suspecting that this is a real player, but I'm not 100% sure on that. It doesn't look like it, but I haven't seen one of these teams in quite a while, actually. I don't know if this is considered to be like a full attack seal team or not, but he does have the Tarmiel link on Merlin, kind of like I suspected. Let's hope, yeah, we can get rid of that. That actually is going to save us a lot of trouble. He did really good damage on these two as well. If you don't go first with this team, you're also going to have trouble, especially if you're using Nanashi, because his buffs don't activate until the beginning of your own turn. So that kind of screwed him there a little bit. Also, in the last match, Naofumi actually did some halfway decent damage. Obviously, it was a bot, so it wasn't really that big of a deal, but I don't know. He wasn't doing too bad there. We have some decent cards in hand. Giving my Naofumi some stacks, actually, which is kind of nice. I think I'm not going to have too many issues getting rid of the melee here. Let's go for... I don't have a stance, unfortunately. Let's go for... Let's just throw this attack card away, and then we'll attack with Roxy. The Naofumi does definitely prevent you from rushing ultimates and everything, but because he doesn't have it on his big characters, I guess, I'm not going to have any issues really getting rid of them. Plus, he doesn't have Tarmiel link on the field anymore, so I don't have to worry about that at all. So, pretty much just choose through the melee there, because obviously this isn't a demon team, so the melee support is quite lackluster. I don't know, pretty standard. We'll just go ahead and move on, because I'm sure this is just going to be a matter of me whittling down the rest of the team. Alright, we got a Goddess team, which I like. Ooh, we get out-CC'd. Well, then again, I'm running Evasion Food. We would have got out-CC'd either way, even if I was using CC Food, so I guess it's good that I'm using Evasion Food, but... he doesn't have the taunt either on the team. Oh, no, he got the... Dude, if he would have got Nanashi buff on anybody else, like if I would have been able to kill one of the goddesses off, it would have been so helpful, but I really don't think I can get through Mael turn 1. Like, he's so tanky, man. I guess we'll just kind of have to see. Luckily, we evade this attack. That would have absolutely shredded us. So far, I actually really like... Oh my god! I really like Naofumi. compared to the Arthur. Arthur, unfortunately, has just like a pure straight-up stat buff, so you can kind of go more offensive, which is really nice, honestly. But with Naofumi, he just does more as a character on the field. The only problem, of course, is that if you don't pull stance cards, he kind of just loses a lot of his usability, which is very unfortunate. Dude, we actually did really good damage there, but that AoE skill he used did so much damage. It cut down a lot of our flood, which is very unfortunate. He's wacky, like so crazy as a unit. Mael is... damage output is wild. Absolutely crazy. Alright, that move's going to do like nothing this early on. Gonna pop the res here for sure, and then I assume he kills off my Roxy here with whatever's next. Maybe not. Barely surviving that. We do have a Roxy card. Oh my god, his lifesteal's so crazy! Yeah, there's like no way we win this here. We might as well just go for killing the Liz off, because it's basically our only option. We'll use the Roxy AoE because we're pretty much donezoed here. Either way, no stance in hand, so no extra boosted damage or anything. I honestly doubt I get through to the Liz here because of the buffs that she has on. Dude, 0 damage because of the flood. Oh my god. Yeah, it's, she's definitely cool. But man, when she gets shut down first thing, like there's like no chance you're winning. Alrighty, I think this is the exact same guy. It is, which means that he knows that I'm running evasion food, which means that he's gonna waste a card and kill Roxy turn 1. So this is literally like a useless match. We'll watch it happen and unfold. He of course gets the same Nanashi buffs, which is really stupid. Oh man. But it doesn't matter. It's not like it, man. It's kind of disappointing to see the fact that like it's so close to being absolutely insane, but it just falls short, man. We obviously, hopefully with the AOT collab rerun, hopefully being next, we'll end up seeing some sort of good support or something coming to the team, so that way we can, I don't know, do a little bit better. Alrighty, we got another mono green here. I think it might be a real player, which is unfortunate because I honestly think that the Philo's probably gonna shred our Roxy here. So we probably don't stand a good chance because it's double debuff into the weak point AoE here. Obviously we're gonna dodge this one, but then we're gonna get infected and then we got 2 blue units on the team. She's shredded. That's a level 2 as well, so crazy good RNG. Man, alrighty. Well, it was definitely a fun experiment. I think that she's a lot of fun. Even if we're losing, like she genuinely is kind of fun to play. Obviously that novelty's probably going to wear off a little bit after she's been out for longer than a day. But, you know, it just kind of is what it is. It's one of those things. Obviously, she's got a lot of potential for the future. She's got a lot of potential for speeding up stuff in PvE. So she's got other uses. I'm not entirely, like, you know, distraught over the fact that she's not, like, absolutely winning every game in PvP, of course. But I honestly think that this is a really good showcase of how, if you're not a whale, this might not be the character to go for right now. So if you watch this before you ended up summoning, I would definitely hold off. At least see what's next on the on JP. The next banner should be coming out before this banner leaves, so we'll get a decent idea of whether or not the next banner is good or bad by then, and you can kind of make your decision up at that point. So yeah, that's pretty much it from me. Thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Feel free to subscribe, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys in the next one.